Well, hello, my name is Chelsea. I'm with Yoga for Change, and yeah, we're going to do some yoga together. This practice will be of the chair yoga variety. It's not necessary for you to have a yoga mat. You do need a chair. So I recommend something sturdy that's not going to like fold up or collapse on you. And grab like a pillow. You may or may not need it. There'll be a point where we can come on down to our knees or not. If you've had any like knee replacements and you're like, that's not going to work for me, there will be options that I'll provide. Another prop that I have here is what I have available is a resistance band. If you have a yoga strap handy, just props at home. Um, a towel will work. A belt, if you got belts, that would be great as well. So go ahead and gather your supplies, set up your space, and we'll start in just a moment. All right, setting that aside for now, and then I'm gonna make my way to the chair. Oh yeah. So go ahead and sit back into the chair, not like collapsing into it necessarily. So bring your shoulders away from the back, but maybe your lower back is connected to the back of the chair. And then bring your feet underneath your knees. Yeah, flex your toes up towards the ceiling. And so then with the toes lifted, press down more through your feet and then spread your toes out onto the floor. Yeah. And then keep pressing through the feet. Notice the legs engaging. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears and then bring them back and then relax them down, resting the hands onto the tops of your thighs. And with that pressing through your feet, lifting through the crown of your head, take a deep breath in. And just exhale, relaxing down. So just starting to connect with the sensations in your body, noticing the points of contact that you feel underneath you. So where your feet touch, where the backs of your legs are on your chair, where your lower back is connected to the back of your chair, and the hands on your thighs. And start to notice your breath. So maybe for the first time today, this is the first moment where you've been aware of your breath. So just notice how it feels in your body. And now with this new awareness, start taking in deeper breaths. So fill up, expand your lungs, your rib cage. And on your exhale, empty out as much as you can without too much strain or stress. And do that a few times. And maybe focus on keeping your shoulders relaxed, so not like bringing them up to the ears or anything. And then expanding the belly out. So sometimes we like to hold the belly in all the time, but this is an opportunity to just kind of let the belly be, let it grow and expand. And as you exhale, drawing the navel in towards the spine, and it will actually help strengthen your core. Now take one more deep breath in and then hold your inhalation at the top and then open your mouth and sigh out. Yeah, it's a way to kind of de-stress, release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, fill up your lungs and then sigh out. Lovely. So we're going to move forward to the edge of our seat. So walk the feet forward so that the heels are underneath the knees once again, knees in line with your hips. And then bring your palms by your sides facing forward. Okay, so I want you to notice something. Press down into your feet, and then you notice that the tops of your legs engaged, and then now soften the legs. Now press down through the feet again, and notice how your lower belly engages a little bit. And then relax. Do it again. Press through the feet, and then notice a little lift in your heart. And then relax. Press through the feet, And then notice, maybe you get a little bit taller through the crown of your head. And then relax. So we notice that the energy from our feet travels all the way up our body. So let's engage by pressing into our feet, lifting through the crown of the head. Draw your shoulder blades back so they kind of wrap around your spine. And now your collarbones broaden. Spread your fingers out. So this is a seated mountain pose. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, let's bring some movement in with our breath. So inhale, reach your arms up, shoulders stay down away from the ears. Or your exhale, bring your hands by your sides. Starting to warm up the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling, reach the fingertips. Exhale, arms by your sides. And then we'll switch it up. Inhale, reach. Make fists with your hands. And on your exhale, draw your elbows down by your sides. So working those lats. Inhale, reach up, spread the fingers out. Exhale, pull down. Squeeze the blades. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down like you're pulling like the bar in the gym behind your back. Yep. Then inhale, we'll come to goalpost arms or cactus shape, however you want to think about it. All right, so it's like a 90-degree bend in your elbows. And then shift the elbows forward a little bit, hands back, so broadening through your chest. Take a breath in. On your exhale, press the hands down and back. Boom. Inhale, reach the fingertips up, back to goalpost. Exhale, press back and down. One more time each way. Inhale. And then exhale, press. All right, now relax the arms down. And then bring your fingertips to your shoulders and just swim the shoulders forward. You can make this as small as you want or as big, exaggerate the movement. And then switch it up. Keep breathing. So notice if you're holding your breath. Okay, now bring your hands to the tops of your knees. So we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So we're going to start moving the spine. Inhale, look up to the ceiling. So you're arching your upper back. And then exhale, round your back. Maybe just gently pull on the knees and tuck your chin. Inhale, heart lifts, gaze goes towards the ceiling. Exhaling through the nose. And then make spaces between your shoulder blades. One more time. One more round. Inhale. Exhale, make space in your lower back. All right, and then we're going to sit up straight. And then we're going to bring our right hand to our chair and then lift the left arm up to the ceiling. All right, so notice if you're like, ugh. So we don't want to create more stress in the body. We want to encourage relaxation. So bring your left shoulder down away from your ear. Sit up tall and then arch over. So beginning to make space between the left side ribs. Yeah, and notice if your heart is like going forward. See if you can lift the heart up. So the shoulders and the hips are still in the same line. Back to center, and we'll bring the left hand down. Reach the right arm up. Spread the fingers out, palm facing towards center. Breathe in. Then exhale, arch over to the left. Take 3 deep breaths in and out through your nose. All right, back to center. Right hand goes down. Take a seated twist. So bring your left hand across your body and then grab onto the back of your chair. You can grab down low here. You can bring your forearm to the back of the chair. See what works for you. And then sit up straight. Breathe in. And use your exhalation to rotate and twist. You can look over your back shoulder. And so this rotation is originating from like the base of your thoracic spine. So kind of like where your ribs start. And so practice sitting up taller when you breathe in. And then when you exhale, practice twisting a little bit more, drawing your navel in towards your spine. Okay, slow motion, let go, switch it out. Right hand will cross over onto the left leg, and then reach back for the back of your chair or forearm onto the top. Sit up straight, press through your feet, and then twist from your mid back. And taking your time to explore how deeply you can take your twist today. And so in yoga, we practice finding the balance between effort and ease. So if we're too relaxed, we're not really discovering like what we can do in our body, like finding our new edge, as yoga teachers like to say. But if we're bringing in too much effort, we can cause injury, and that's just not what we want to do. So we have to find the balance. So take another breath in and get curious about how much more you can rotate comfortably, and then come back to center. Press the hands into the tops of your thighs and just sit up straight for a second. And then reach for the back of your chair. So grabbing onto the outer edges, we're going to take like a little seated back bend. So again, press through the feet, ground down through your sits bones. So that's the very bottom tips of your pelvis. And then kind of tuck your tailbone under, engaging your lower belly. And then on your next inhalation, lift your heart up. And then exhale, draw the shoulders back, maybe look up to the ceiling. You can leave the chin tucked if that's more comfortable for you. And then breathe into the back side of your sternum. Feel the heart rising and falling. Okay, now bring the hands back by your sides, palms facing forward. Take a breath in and a breath out. And we'll make our way to standing. So we'll make some adjustments with the chair. So we're going to turn the chair to face towards the front of your mat. You want the back of the chair facing towards you. Okay, so you're going to rest your hands onto the top of your chair and then step your left foot back. So come into a lunge. So you might need to walk your feet, your right foot a little bit closer to the chair in order for kind of your shoulders to be relaxed over your hips. And then you're just coming onto the toes of your back foot. And you want your knee bent, but not so much that it's like going past your ankle. And then turn your hips and your shoulders to face towards your chair. Yeah, and just take some deep breaths here. If you are good right where you are, just bring your gaze out in front of you without the eyes dancing around. If you want to lift up an arm or both, if you're feeling sturdy in your feet today. All right, so listen up. So this may be new. You're gonna maybe not. Drop your back heel down. So we're coming into like a warrior two stance. So your front toes, right toes are facing towards 12 o'clock. Bend in your front knee. And then your back toes are facing towards the long edge of your mat. So you're pressing down through the outer edge of your foot. You can rest your hand onto the top of your chair. You can bring your opposite hand to your hip. So lifting through the heart, if you want, you can extend the arms in opposite directions. One arm, both arms, lots of options and choices. If it feels okay on your neck, you can look towards the front of your mat. Take 3 deep breaths. And then we'll take this into extended side angle. So it's a little bit of a side body stretch, still strengthening the legs. So bring your forearm onto the back of your chair, just kind of rotating your heart forward, and then reach your left arm up. So you just reach it straight up to the ceiling. If you want, you can bring your bicep by your ear, palm facing down, and keep the bend in your front knee. You can look forward, you can look down, you can look up to the elbow crease. So it just kind of depends if you have any cervical spine issues, just be mindful of that. Okay, so we're gonna bring our top hand down, press away from the chair, and then turn your toes in. So both toes are facing towards the left edge of your mat. And then you're just gonna step right on up and then turn to face your chair again, and we'll do the same shapes on the opposite side. So starting first with Crescent Lunge. So right foot's gonna go back. So adjust the feet so that your hands can rest nicely onto the back of your chair while your shoulders are still relaxed. And then lift your back heel over your toes, hips and shoulders are facing forward. So if you have any low back pain and having the back leg straight is like putting some strain there, you can just soften your back knee. So allow the tailbone to point down a little bit more. Okay, so if you on the other side reached your arms up to the ceiling, you can do that now. And we'll all just bring our gaze out in front of us. So training our focus and concentration, and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, so we're going to ground the back heel down and take our warrior 2. So left toes again facing towards the front of your mat, right toes facing towards the left edge, and press down through the outer edge of your foot so you might feel a little lift in your inner arch. Bend your front knee, and then open your hips and shoulders towards the left side of your mat. So we can stay here, resting the hand onto the top of the chair. You can bring your left hand to your hip. Or you can reach your right arm, back, left hand forward, or any variation of that you'd like. You can look towards the front of your mat, and let's take 3 deep breaths once again. And just becoming present to the sensations in your body right now. And then rest your forearm onto the back of your chair. So rotating the chest slightly. And then you can leave your hand on your hip, still staying bent in your front knee. You can reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, or you can turn your palm towards the floor and bring your bicep by your ear. So you might feel that a little bit more strongly on your right side body. Okay, so engage your core and press into the chair to slowly rise back up. Bring your hand to your hip, and then turn your left toes to face towards the right side of your mat. I don't know. I'm so bad with left and right. And so we're just going to step the feet together and turn towards the front of our chair. Okay, so we are going to take a tree. So for me, for our purposes, I'm going to bring my chair to face you all. You can stay where you are, or if you want to turn and face the screen, that might be helpful for you too. So we're going to take tree pose. So some options for tree. We can take it with the chair directly in front of us, or we can come over to the side. So it just kind of depends if you want to have access for both hands to be on the back of the chair. So you can see me though. I will move over to the side and rest my hand, my inner hand onto the chair. I'm gonna ground down through my inside foot. So it doesn't matter left or right, we'll switch. And you're going to bring your foot into your outer foot to the inside of your inside leg. So options here to bring your heel to your ankle and leaving your toes grounded down. So you can think of like a little kickstand. You can bring your outer hand to your heart center with your fingers lifted. You can also bring your foot into your calf or inner thigh. Now ground down through your bottom foot. Really feel it, but keeping your knee soft, so not locking out the joint. And then point your tailbone down. So that's going to lift the front side of your hips up towards your ribs. So nothing like all these things are very, very subtle. So you're not just like all these crazy adjustments. It's all like just like a little micro movement. And just like at the beginning of our practice, notice that when you press down through your bottom foot, that energy goes up your body, lifts your heart, makes you like an inch taller, but then also relax your shoulders down your back. And take another breath in and release. And we'll switch out. So I'll take this one from the back of the chair. Well, I got to make it even, so I guess I got to go back over here. So bring your hand to the chair or hands, and then press down through the inner leg or inside leg, and then bring the outside foot somewhere along the leg. And perhaps it's best to match what you did on the other side. You just want to make sure that you're not placing your foot directly onto your knee. And then choose your hand placement. Maybe the thumb knuckle goes into the chest. Maybe both hands come to your heart. Okay, so pressing down through your foot, gain some length from the ground up. So you're like a tree growing from your roots. Okay, and release. And so now we're going to take the chair so that the seat is facing towards us. And we're going to do a moment of strengthening. So we're going to do some push-ups. And if coming down onto your knees is just like, nah, not going to be for me today, you can come to a wall or like a mantle like this, and then step your feet back as far as you want, and then pressing into your hands and like lower and lifting. So that will be an option. Another is to bring a pillow down to your mat. And we can use the chair to help us down too. Yeah, and then you're going to grab onto the outer edges of the chair and then press down and up. If you're like feeling really strong today and you've got it in you, you can always lift the knees, and that could be your push-up. So hopefully we're all doing some variation of a push-up right now together, and we'll keep it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, squeeze your bellies. What number was on? I'm going to say 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then here, you can walk the hands forward, bend the elbows. You can rest your head onto your thumbs and just like stretch out to your shoulders a little bit. Then we're going to come back up. So pressing into, we can tuck our toes under and lift our hips and take like a variation of downward facing dog. That might feel good. A little forward fold. So your toes facing forward, about hips width distance apart. Okay, and then we'll move out of the shape, set the pillow aside, and we're going to turn the chair to face back towards the front. We're going to grab onto the strap or belt or towel or whatever it is that you have. And then come onto the seat. We're going to work towards the edge of the seat and just make sure that you are sitting up straight. So we want to, we have a tendency to like hunch the shoulders forward, it's just how we do, right? So we need to become a little bit more conscious of where our body is in space. And we catch ourselves slumping over, we'll be like, oh, press down through the sits bones, lift through the crown of the head, relax the shoulders back and down. And so then our body will become more familiar with this way of being. Little tidbit for you. I know what we're doing. We're going to take the strap and we're going to wrap the strap, the belt, whatever it is that you find around the foot. Then we're going to extend the leg. So I have my right leg forward right now. You may need to walk your hand up. You can hold with both hands. You can hold with one. You can bring your hand to your hip. And flex your toes back towards your knee. Engage your lower belly. So it does require some core strength to hold here. And if you find that you get tired, you can always take a break and come right back into it. All right, so we're going to leave the leg lifted and then open it up out to the right. Yeah, so keep the shoulders grounded down the back. And if you want to kind of complete your opening, you can look over to the left. So your foot and your hand are facing, not your foot and your hand, your foot and your face are facing different directions. And come back to center. It's a little fancy move here. We're going to switch out to the hands. So you're going to grab on with your left hand and just bring your right hand to your heart for a second. And then rotate your chest over to the right. And then from here, you can reach your right arm back. You can rest it onto the back of your chair. So it's like a little twist. You can look over to your back thumb or over your shoulder and take 3 deep breaths. And if you need to take a break, take a break. Come back to center. And now we're going to bring the foot up and over. So a little figure 4 shape here. And then I'm just going to let my resistance band chill for a moment. And we're going to sit up tall. So you may feel some intense sensation on the right outer hip, IT band. The knee may be quite lifted, which is fine. And so we're just gently, over time, trying to open up the hips so that maybe the knee will go out more towards the right and down. But however it looks in your body is just how it should be today. So I'm just proud of you for showing up and doing this important work so that we can move through life with a little bit more ease. So pressing down through the hands, or you can pull on the chair. Either way, it's just a different experience. So we want to sit up straight, take a breath in, and then lean your heart forward. And if you want, you can bring the hands onto the right leg or the forearms down, keeping the spine long and just directing your attention to your right outer hip. Try breathing in through your nose, pausing at the top of your breath, exhaling through your nose, slowly pausing at the bottom. Then use the hands to press back up into a seated position. You can use the band, the strap, whatever you got, to help lift the foot off of the leg and then bring it down. And just kind of move the knee around. Notice how your hip feels, how your leg feels, and then we'll reset. taking the same sequence on the left side. So we're going to wrap around the foot and extending the leg. And again, you can hold with both hands. So you want to draw your left shoulder back in line with your right and hand on to the hip, or again, if you're holding on with both hands, then you bring both shoulders back and down. Flex your toes. Then open your left leg out to the left. You can look over to the right. And extend your arm. I don't know if I did that on the other side. If I didn't, then don't. Okay, so we're going to bring the foot back forward. I'm going to switch out the hands. Bring your left hand to your heart for just a moment, and then take a breath in. And then twist, bringing the left shoulder back. And if you want, you can rest your elbow onto the back of your chair, reaching your left fingertips towards the back. Palms facing towards, will open in line with the shoulder. The left and rights are getting me again. Come back to center and then cross the foot over and reset. Yeah, so things don't have to be perfect. Like hopefully I can show you through just like little fumbles that I make that it's just not really that big of a deal and you just keep moving. And so when we find this shape, here we are, decide kind of like what's going to be best for you here. You can sit up tall and it's no pressure to lean forward. So if you're already feeling like kind of maybe scale 1 to 10, like an 8 in your hip, then you're probably in a good spot. You could maybe even back off a little bit. Again, we're trying to find this balance between effort and ease. And with breath, you may find that you can lean forward a little bit because you're giving like awareness, your mind, your consciousness to that part of your body. And so when you give it attention, just like anything else, when you give something your time and attention, like things change, like they grow, they develop. So same thing with like tension in your body. So we hold a lot of tension in our hips. And so when we become present to it, then it creates opportunity for that tension to begin to melt away. So just become aware of the tension or the tightness, the sensations in your hip right now, and just breathe with it, be with it. And you may notice over time just new space opening up, new opportunity. And 3 more deep breaths in and out through the nose. Maybe pausing in between the inhalation and the exhalation. And pausing before you restart a new cycle of breath. And slowly lift back up. You can use your strap to help release your foot down. And just roll your right knee, left knee around just to kind of like figure out like how that hip's feeling right now. And we'll come to sit back into the chair. So we're going to take a little bit of a relaxation shape here. So we're going to rest the hands onto the tops of the thighs. And if you want, you can even just relax the shoulders, just in any shape in your chair right now that feels comfortable and will help you feel more at ease. So if you'd like, you can bring your gaze just like down and slightly out in front of you. You can close your eyes. You can rest your hands into your lap. Just noticing the sounds in the room. Maybe air grazing your skin. And then notice the points of contact of your body on your chair, your floor. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Notice how your breath feels at the tip of your nose. When you breathe in, the air is cool. When you exhale, the air is warmed by your body. So notice the difference. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Unclench your jaw. Then notice your breath at your throat. And become aware of the experience of your breath at your heart center. And then bring your awareness to your belly. And take a deep breath in through your nose and hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, empty out completely. And then once again, noticing where your body is connecting down onto your chair. Feeling the weight of the body. Noticing the temperature of the room that you're in. Noticing the sounds that are around you individually. And begin to lift the gaze, open the eyes. And sit up straight in your chair. Bring your hands to your heart, press your thumb knuckles into your chest. Take a deep breath in and out. So thank you so much for joining me and Yoga for Change in this practice, and I hope that you feel rejuvenated. I hope you feel a little bit more calm. So just kind of check in, like, how do you feel? Like, what did you create in your body by just spending some time to take care of yourself? And I hope to see you back soon.